far when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. Pray for good.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Combat Sports Weekly. And for today, I got the Titos of Fighting, JC Reyes of Destroy MNL, and of course, 93.1's Rico Robles. Follow him all over social media. And look at him, so slim, so tight, so fit. Diba? Based on my latest stalking, medyo 150 plus pounds na lang po siya ngayon. Nakakainis.
To say goodbye to Twister Fries, man. Hindi ko... I touched it. Pizza. Pizza's the worst, too. That's the worst. I love pizza.
Dude,
Gotta say
medyo
goodbye to
affliction
that.
ko rin si pizza. Especially the fresh oven-baked ones. They're
Oh,
really
God.
good.
Yung
Diba?
Motorino. Oh. Diba?
Damn. Shout out to Motorino.
That's what
diba?
it is.
And all the brick oven. Ako, I always get my pizza fix sa Amici naman. Kasi,
Amici, okay din doon.
Yeah, diba? Super good. Diba?
Capitolio.
Yan, sa Capitolio. Meron pa isa, yung Amare La Cocina. Damn. Yan, sobrang sarap. We're going to recap all the great things that happen in combat sports. Awesome fight cards. We're gonna kick things off with ONE FC. One of the things that caught our attention was, of course, the fights of our fellow kababayans. Lito Adiwang versus his, according to JC, the Chinese carbon copy. So, Lito Adiwang won via, decision, sorry.
Yeah, unanimous decision.
Yeah, unanimous
Outclassed
decision
naman yung opponent
against
niya.
Heishigetu. Heishigetu from
Team Basag Bet. Yun ang unang tinipe ko. Because I never seen so many low blows in my life.
Oh, grabe.
The way they take it.
Pareho pa sila ng hairstyle.
The mullet going on, di ba? April Boy Regino, the late April Boy Regino hairstyle. Diba?
So, it was just really good action from. It was good striking from start to finish.
Yeah.
Heishigetu wanted to fight in the phone booth. Adiwang obliged several times. Pero yun nga, as what Rico said, it was, yun yung nakaka-frustrate doon eh. There are so many low blows in this fight na medyo naging anticlimactic yung result. Pero ako, the way I saw the fight from the early rounds pa lang, parang okay, Adiwang's got this. Adiwang is one of those...
Hindi siya hindi siya natatakot tamaan sa panga, no? Para bang, ang naalala ko kay Adiwang is like Beligon, the silent, their style. It's like, I'll throw a punch with everything on. Lahat ng suntok ko, haymaker. Wala nang setup. Bato. Exciting and fun.
Yan yung that's the thing about Lito Adiwang. He's at the stage we're in. He knows that he has power. But here's the thing. With that type of mentality, I don't want him to become someone like Rampage na he will forget all of the other skills needed for MMA kasi you want to knock the guy out. Started in the reality series ni ONE FC eh.
Yeah.
One Warrior series ba yun?
May backstory nga siya, parang about somebody suffering in the family, may ailment ata or something.
His mother parang
yeah, so parang you could see the way he fights na may meaning talaga eh, There's a purpose, a deeper purpose.
There's a purpose. And then dun na discover na kasi when I've met and saw this guy progress in the local scene. He's one of those grinders eh. Grinder siya nun eh. And then when he got into the series, parang dun niya ata rin na-discover, may knockout power pala ako kasi he started knocking people out.
Thing is, siguro sinabihan siya, if you're not exciting decision lang, what's the point? Everybody wants, if you're from the Philippines, they want a Manny Pacquiao. They want, a Kevin Beligon. They want the landslide. Pula yan. Ganong excitement, diba? High risk fights.
High risk, high reward. So, I mean, started knocking out people and then now, when he got into the main card na, the main show na, nag-continue yung momentum. And it just so happens na he's one of the new breed of Lakay MMA fighters na merong much improved wrestling, improved grappling. Favorite niya na yung mga Kimura traps, yung mga Kimura holds niya. I mean, it's pretty fun to watch. So we're gonna be looking forward to more fights from Lito Adiwang. Congratulations. And then of course, medyo mas maganda yung sumunod. This is Joshua Pasio versus Yusuke Saruta.
Hey, congratulations.
Diba? Ikaw alam ko, is this really the trilogy? Trilogy ba to o pang-apat na nila to?
This is the trilogy. I think the last one. Yeah, he knocked them out with he was trying to kick him, but his knee hit his head, I think. Then he knocked out that guy. So now this is their trilogy. Ang maganda lang dito, mo yung arms niya, no? It's like a log, dude. Grabe.
Laki.
Pati hita eh. Alam mo yung parang holy shit. And I mean, I remember him from the PXC days, Laban MMA. And then he has evolved so much. Tas parang, ano na siya eh, you know, he's really, I mean, I don't know if he's going to try for UFC. I don't know if these guys will go to UFC, but you know, that'll be great. That'll be great if he gets a chance, diba? To go to UFC.
It's a good way to cap. It's a really good way to cap the trilogy. Of course, being a Filipino, we want Joshua to win. It was super nice and super exciting to see him win that way, diba? It's putting a stamp in that trilogy, especially the last sequence, it was the winning combination eh. I mean, the way he was able to recognize the patterns of Saruta, okay? And the way that he was able to read. Kasi he would by mid first round, napapansin ko Saruta would always land the leg kick tapos walang follow up. So parang ako, bakit hindi siya nagfo-follow through doon? Ba't walang next na combination with the hands? So napansin din siguro ni Pasha yon. He tried like halfway through the second round or early stages of the second round, he tried to catch the foot. He was able to. And that allowed him the confidence to finish him off with the counter right. Kasi check left siya. So pag salo niya nung paa, binato niya kaagad yung overhand right bago pa mag-spin si Saruta, pasok. So sabi ko, oh my God, pasok na pasok yung kanang kamay na yun.
Pagbasa ng habits eh, no? Galing. It's a predict. So you don't telegraph your shots?
Yep, that's true. That's true.
Telegraph, nabasa.
Congratulations to the passion. We are looking forward to the next few fights for the next generation of Pinoy fighters. I mean, Lakay MMA has been one of the forefronts of Pinoy MMA talaga. Ako, sinabi ko, ever since.
How many world champions do they have? 7? 8?
Mga 8.
So mo, kasparing partner mo lahat ng mga world champion.
Oo, diba? Tsaka maganda din kasi may transition eh. Diba? Kasi syempre, let's admit, medyo yung mga kuya, yan, sila Edward, sila Honorio, medyo ano na yan eh. Sila Belingo, medyo on the other side of the career.
Mentoring na sila.
Mentoring na yan. So here comes, maganda yung transition na there are new breed or new age fighters that, diba, that are hungry, that needs guidance. So at least nandun yung mga kuya to
especially yung guidance part when they're making the money already. Diba? That's always something that it could be taught, something that Manny could probably teach people. You know what I mean? What to do with your money?
What you do, how you spend it wisely, diba? Don't get into that trap.
And it's a team Lakay, parang who's this? Yung former flyweight champ. Si Gay Eustachio yung pinakamagaling sa pera sa kanilang lahat.
Si Eustachio.
Very
galing PXC din yun.
Galing PXC.
Yeah, halos lahat sila dumaan sa PXC.
The last outing ni Fulayang, he was, he lost via unanimous decision. So, at least,
so is he retiring already? Or
I have no idea.
He hasn't announced anything yet then?
Yeah, he hasn't announced anything. Parang pa rin daw eh. Parang feeling ko, the thing with Edward kasi is, he has the power, he has the strength. Ang kailangan niya talaga is technical build-up. Kasi he needs to add more technique into his training. I mean, hindi pwedeng, kasi masyado ng basa eh. Basa na yung leg kicks, basa na yung side kicks. He needs to improve his boxing. And then he needs to be able to chain movement. So when you chain movement, it's your ability to chain your punches and kicks, your kicks and punches, and then the takedowns. Kasi hindi pwedeng, kasi basang-basa na eh, like right off the bat. Alam ko na kagad ang gagawin niya, leg check, dalawang side kick, pag kumagat yung kalaban, dalawang overhand right, tapos pag hindi, bigla na lang siyang susugod ng mid-range na takedown hanggang makarating ka sa cage.
Yeah. Every fight ganun siya.
That's where you have to breed in more young, combined age groups na sa coaches.
Combine. I think isa sa mga issues din ni Edward and even ni dalawa lang kasi silang ganong kalaki sa Team Lakay and they don't have anyone to actually spar na kasing laki nila. Naalala ko yun back in 2018 when we met with Coach Mark. Kinuwento niya nga ganon. During that time then, they allowed Edward to train sa Jackson Wink. Para may mga kasparing partner siyang malalaki. I mean, sila
he
John
is a
Jones
big guy, dude. He's a
big guy, dude.
He's a big
Edward's
dude.
a big guy, strong, very strong.
Big guy.
So in terms of being able to fight, his body can still fight. I mean, he's tough, he's strong. The cardio is not a problem. It's the execution and the skill. Yun lang talaga. You give him like you make him go on a boxing camp.
Then that's gonna be
it's gonna be a huge. Kasi he'll have a better understanding of how to chain his attacks. Para hindi singular. Diba? Kasi nag-evolve na eh. Nag-evolve ang striking eh. There are levels to striking. There's the single deployment and then there's the 1-2 punch combinations and then you have your 3 to 5 to 6.
That's a hard one. Yung 3 to 5 kasi ano yun eh. It's called shoe polishing. You have to be able to shoe polish a few shots and then throw in. Si Pacquiao galing doon.
Oo.
So, galing ni Manny.
Nakuha na ni Pacquiao yun. Like through the years na-develop niya na na-develop. So, yun yung kailangan. Kasi nandun na si Edward sa career nandun na siya sa point na yun eh. He's gone through so many fights already. Alam niya na kaagad kung paano magbasa ng kalaban. Alam niya na paano magbasa ng situation. It's just a matter of allowing his body and his nervous system to respond accordingly. Yun na yun.
That's the tough part.
And speaking of maturing fighters, the next one, okay, it ended up in controversy. Christian Lee versus Octagon
lightweight title.
Okay, the one lightweight world title. JC, were you able to watch this ba?
Yep.
And
I saw
what
this.
do you think?
I actually personally think na si Octagon did enough to win the title. I mean, grabe yung binilang ko yung ang ginagawa ko habang pinapanood ko siya. Binibilang ko yung takedowns na ginawa ni Christian Lee, yung defenses ni Octagon kasi wala pa rin talaga tayong malinaw na info kung paano talaga sila nagsuscore ng fights. We know the
true.
The criteria,
but
kung paano mo i-score is hindi ko alam kung saan natin nahanapin yun.
It's like yung sa 1FC kasi yung meron silang rule na if it's a takedown defense, it adds points to you. Diba? Kanya ito na stop. Hindi tulad sa UFC kapag tinake-down ka, parang 3 points yun, di ba? 3-point shot yun, take-down ka. So sa kanila, hindi. It's like, pag na-guard dan, okay, may ganun-ganun pa. That's why it just goes to show that even the Chatri guy was giving the belt. Did you see how he looked?
He wasn't happy at all.
Christian Lee, and Lee was not very happy either. Yeah. That's why he never, it's funny lang, it's so ironic. Na yung sister niya na mismo nagsabi, don't leave it to the hands of the judge.
Yeah.
He was quoted. It's so weird. It came full circle. Diba?
Yeah.
Diba? So
it became the butt of a lot of memes.
Yes. Yeah, so that's kind of, pero he could have he could have finished him pero parang he laid off him for time. Nakita ko rin na medyo mas aggressive na yung kalaban niya.
Yeah, and parang middle of round 3 pa lang na nauubusan ng hangin sa Christian Lee. So,
but he wants a rematch. Let's see.
Yeah. Pero ito, I have a question for my fellow titos. The branding of 1FC before, na parang we're gentlemen, we're martial artists, we have to follow certain code. All of a sudden, napapansin natin, di ba? Like, now fighters a little bit more vocal na parang, we're gonna take it to the board. This is bullshit. Di ba? We want a rematch. We're gonna get it to the review. Parang nagkaroon na siya ng medyo, for me, I like
fighter
this.
Versus the board.
Di ba? Parang I kind of like this. Kasi you're allowing the fighters to be more human. Di ba? You're allowing them to express themselves. And come on. Di ba? You can't be all martial artsy in MMA as a sport and as an entertainment. Kasi at the end of the day, parang hindi naman lahat ng fighters ganyan eh. Diba?
But they don't trash talk, no? They don't trash talk in 1FC.
They don't trash talk, diba? Para ako, why don't you allow that to happen? Diba? Let them trash talk.
It's the martial arts code of honor now.
Diba? Kasi kahit naman sino martial artist, even Bruce Lee was
a trash talker.
Diba?
So, for me, somehow, ako, support ko si 1FC on that end. Kasi parang to teach the kids, siguro, because UFC, with Conor, with Jake Paul, parang na-empower yung bullying. So, since ONE FC is in Singapore, diba? It's about traditional martial arts.
Yes, yes.
And I don't think trash talking works with them. It doesn't, it's a disciplinarian thing. So that's just me. But I would probably against the board. Yun, pwede yun. I like that you wanna take it, you wanna challenge.
Yeah. That's good.
Yun, pwede yun. Pero yung whatever happened to Denise Zamboanga? What happened to that fight?
Wala. Upheld yung
diba?
decision. Upheld
yung decision.
They kept it.
Oh, they kept it.
Yeah.
That was also controversial. A very controversial.
Very controversial.
Pero when I watched it, nung una, yung rules, I was looking at the UFC rules. And then, Gabriel D posted, watch it again, watching UFC, ONE FC rules. Nung pinanood ko ONE FC, parang, wait. Nag-iba rin yung tingin ko sa laban. So it's really, they have to somehow explain the rules.
Yeah.
They have to. They have to have a video. They have to have something.
Kasi, ako, I every time I watch ONE FC fights, I always make sure na my mindset is on the ONE FC rules.
Rules.
Kasi magkaiba talaga eh. It's very subjective.
Yeah.
Diba? The purpose and the concept behind it is good. Lagi lang kasing, pero on the flip side kasi, it's a very convenient excuse. Diba? Kasi yun lang, sa takedowns na lang eh. You can't give more points for the takedown defense. Kasi yun na lang yung ginawa mo eh. Diba? Nag-antay ka lang eh. Diba? Sige, nag-defend ka, you stop the takedown from happening. Pero you have to give more points or you have to give more effort to the person who initiated contact, 'di ba? Kasi kung hindi, edi wala magte-takedown. Ganun pala eh. 'Di ba? Kasi mag-gamble ako ng takedown.
For sure they're gonna fix that in time. For sure.
'Di ba? Hopefully they get to fix that or at least have a better explanation for things. Now, if we're going to use the rule set with what happened in the Octagon Christian Lee fight, I agree with the judges that Octagon won, pero hindi unanimous decision.
Yeah, split siguro.
I do not understand why it's a split decision. If we're gonna break it down round per round, I gave the first 2 rounds to Christian Lee, rounds 3, 4, 5 to Octagon.
They just wanted to piss him off.
Probably.
Piss him off. So he has a lot of words to say, and you could mark it or
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely. Diba? Kasi it's gonna add more, diba? It's going to place more attention to the league, to the division.
And
diba?
the Lee siblings are the only people allowed in ONE FC to trash talk.
Yeah.
If you notice.
Oo. Medyo sila yung may free. Kasi, syempre, sila na yung parang sa bahay sila na yung seniors di ba? Sila na yung
they're the Kardashians. They're the Kardashians. The Kardashians.
Diba? So, we can say whatever we want. Diba? We've earned it. Pero, like, looking at the fight, kasi the only time that Octagon was in real danger was when he got knocked down.
Diba? Tsaka yung sa huli, yung last 20
sa huli,
seconds.
Diba? He got jelly legs eh. Sayang, munti ka na yun eh. To echo the sentiments of Rico and JC, it put to question the cardio of Christian Lee, his ability to win fights in the championship rounds. Kasi he rarely got past parang 3rd round, like in most of his fights. Parang iilang beses pa lang eh. So, he was brought into deep waters and everyone saw how he responded. I mean, it was there. He was good. Good experience for him. I just find it difficult to understand and to accept na it was unanimous decision. Split decision, pwede pa. I'd take the split decision. It was a really good fight. I mean, I loved it. It was entertaining, high-paced action, volume, high volume na output from both fighters. There are a lot of instances wherein, like for example, when Christian Lee was able to knock Octagon down, sana nag-ground and pound na lang siya imbes na nag-submission hunting. Di ba? Parang
Pero napansin ko rin sa ONE FC fighters, ang titibay nilang lahat.
Yes.
Parang compared to UFC fighters, like they take more punches, more hits, na parang wala lang. Di parang wala lang. Diba? Like, holy shit, man.
Lakas. Another one is Martin Nguyen versus sino ba yung kalaban niya? unfortunately, Martin Nguyen got knocked out. Sayang. I was kind of rooting for this guy when he started his career. Then he became double champ. Naabutan niyo ba na nag-double champ siya? Alam ko, double champ siya. Di ba nag-double champ siya eh? Then I think he fought Folayang.
He did.
He beat
And
Folayang.
he knocked out Folayang with...
Samoa yun eh.
Ano yun? Nag-spin kick yata si Folayang noon, tapos he punched them while he was spinning or counter.
Yun. Sobrang highlight reel yun.
Yeah. That was a highlight reel.
Then afterwards, he lost one via knockout, and then afterwards, parang naging punch drunk na rin siya eh. Na parang every time he gets punched in the jaw, parang automatic na nagsuswitch off yung katawan niya eh. Sayang.
It could be weight classes. He could have gone, siguro nung bumaba siya ng weight class. Usually that happens. When you go up in weight class, then you go back down. That's the time your jaw is not the same. Like for Roy Jones, when he went up to heavyweight, and light heavyweight, and knockout siya ni Tarver. For Anderson Silva, when he fought in light heavyweight against Bonner. Tapos bumalik siya, nag-middleweight siya, he got affected then. So, muna yung panga niya doon. Pag gano'n.
Siyempre kasi when you climb up weight classes kasi, you add muscle, you add a certain level of tolerance, and then your body gets used to it. And then when you go back down to your previous weight class, you deplete yourself again.
And the speed. Yung speed din eh. Makita mo yung how you could time the punches. Pag gano'n, hindi mo na makikita yun eh. Sobrang bilis na eh. Kaya...
Pwede rin lahat nabasa na yung galaw ni Martin kasi...
Martin Nguyen, yun din.
Hindi ko alam, parang... Even if he changed cams, parang medyo same pa rin eh.
We'll shift over a bit to boxing, to the only, the only heavyweight match that mattered over the weekend.
Yep.
Diba? Alexander Usyk. I hope we don't murder
Alexander Usyk.
Diba? Alexander Usyk defeats and gets the undisputed heavyweight belts from Anthony Joshua.
It was I kind of expected na Usyk was gonna become champion sa heavyweight when he went up from being the undisputed champ sa cruiserweight. Everybody was counting him out kasi sabi maliit to si Usyk. He can't do anything. He can't do damage sa heavyweight division. But he's a very technical fighter, and we saw that today. He schooled Joshua.
I mean, lefty pa eh. So, and of course, coming from Ukraine, medyo maganda ang boxing system nila doon. I think this has been for the last decade. They've been building champions left and right. I know they used to hire before. I remember Thailand used to hire Cuban coaches.
Yes.
So there was a time also Ukraine was being coached by Cubans. A bunch of Cubans. That's why if you've noticed in the Olympics, in the amateurs, halimaw ang Ukraine when it comes to it. Yun ang tumalo kay di ba? From Ukraine.
Yeah, Ymir.
Kay Ymir. And that guy they were considering was the next Lomachenko, that they were saying. So that dude. And that's why the guy's an animal. You know what I mean? So it's their foundation eh. As you could see with Joshua, jab straight lang kasi si Anthony Joshua ever since.
Yun nga eh. So ano bang natin doon? I'd like to know your thoughts on how was Anthony Joshua? I mean, ang ganda. It was no doubt Usyk came, diba? Showed up. But how about Anthony Joshua? Is this
Anthony Joshua started slow as usual. When Andy Ruiz beat him, that's how you beat him. You start fast. You overwhelm him. Don't let him get set up. Don't let him get his confidence. And that's what his opponent did. It's as simple as that. I think he was rocked. It almost ended gan around 12. Eh. Kala ko matatapos around 12. Eh.
Yeah.
But he got rocked 3 times in the bout. And then it's really tough as well to fight if you're a heavyweight, a lefty. It's hard to prepare for a lefty. But with their amateur backgrounds, they're both gold medalists, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. So they do have that they could fight anybody. But it's really the transition from going to pro compared to the amateurs. You know what I mean? Kasi sa amateur, tanggap ka to throw one. You won't get knocked out fast. In pros kasi, that's where not a lot could transition very well. And then si Anthony Joshua naman in his past fights, alam mo yung puro build-up fights.
Yeah.
Puro build-up eh. Puro, sell out O2 Arena, sell out this, it's something to look forward to. What I'm looking forward to is the Ukrainian going against Tyson Fury. That's what I
that
want to
should
see.
be interesting.
That what I want to see because Tyson Fury will outbox them, and that's what
Iba
makes
rin
him
skill
stand out.
talaga ni Tyson Fury kasi.
Oh, he's something else.
Hindi,
Man.
so pag sabihin natin ganon, Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. Di ba? Who are
Tyson
your picks?
Fury ako doon.
Tyson, JC,
Yeah.
sino to?
I'll be Tyson Fury.
Nakakakaba yung ano na yan, yung laban na yan eh. Pero I think makakapag undisputed, makakagawa ng history si Usyk, makakapag-undisputed yan sa heavyweight division.
Ang gagawin ni Fury, he's gonna come in heavy. He's gonna come in like
yun nga, usually yung ginagawa niya.
Very heavy. And then one punch, ano lang yan, meron siyang puncher's chance. Tapos i-outbox siya lang from there. Pero dito kay Bronze Bomber, kasi iba yung preparation niya eh. I don't think he's gonna come in too heavy. Kasi si Bronze Bomber got a new coach as well. So we will see with this fight. I wanted Joshua and Fury nga to go eh. At it para
the
best things to
you parang hindi na kailangan
if that happens, 'di ba? Is it still possible? Kasi sabihin na natin, Anthony Joshua lost one. He could probably bounce back and he always does so far. Pero how does this diminish the chances or the fanfare behind Anthony Joshua versus a Tyson Fury?
If it's Anthony Joshua versus the Bronze Bomber, pwede pa. Tapos kasi sino manalo doon, will take on Tyson Fury. Yun, pwede yun. For market value, since may talo na pareho. And it's gonna be exciting. Kasi, di ba, jab straight sila pareho eh. Diba, ganun lang sila eh. And then if it's Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, mapapagod lang si Anthony Joshua, man. Maybe in the UK, they could do it at the Wembley Stadium. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like with the lights, gumagana yung ilaw. Pwede, diba? Then that could be it.
Bronze Bomber versus Tyson Fury. What are going to be the factors that's going to affect whoever is going to win, diba? What are the winning points for Deontay? What are the winning points for Tyson Fury? So let's
well, for Fury, he's obviously more skilled, more technical than Wilder. Si Wilder kasi because not only because it's his last name, he's really wild. Si Wilder kasi for a lot of his fights, umaasa lang talaga siya sa lakas niya.
The dude from the ghetto, you know what I mean?
Street fighting. Parang ganun. Pero that's it eh. Kaya yun nung naglaban sila ni Fury, sabi ko, nako, if he doesn't improve, if he doesn't change his game sa mga usual na galaw niya, wala. And it happened. He lost to Tyson Fury. And ngayon, nagpapayat si Wilder, nagpamacho nga siya, but he forgot something again. He forgot about his legs. Still skinny. So I don't know kung ano magiging epekto ng legs niya na skinny pa rin sa laban nila ni Fury, but I hope he actually shows up with a lighter costume and a better game.
A lighter okay, factor po yan. Okay, we're gonna factor.
80 pounds yung costume niya, di ba? Or 70 pounds. No, but for me, he might have lost the match, but he's winning as far as the dating game is concerned. His girlfriend is hot. Pilipina yun, dude.
Winning in life. Winning in life.
You can only win one. You cannot win it all. Di ba? So, no, but with him, kasi with Tyson Fury, with Deontay Wilder, he's a headhunter. So he only goes for the head. If he goes for Tyson Fury's body, he could win. Just go for the body. Remember, Tyson Fury comes in fat. Tyson Fury loves to drink. Not anymore though, but he's drinking a lot of Coke Zeros. That's it. He loves his Coke Zeros. He could drink 30 cans of it in a day, he says. So you could see that meron siyang konting alcohol dependency because if you're trying to stop drinking, yun yung go-to mo, diet colas. Kasi you have the same rush as you get drunk off of diet colas. You get very drunk off of those things. So, ganun ang ano niya. You just go for the body. If you go for the body, the head will follow. Kasi nga, he likes to run, he likes to move his head a lot. So if Tyson Fury works, if Deontay Wilder works on the body first, then he could cut him down slowly. Pero by the look of it, he's gonna come in a little bit bigger. He's gonna overwhelm him, papagurin niya sa lubid. Yun ang ginawa niya na second fight eh.
Yeah.
Sinandalan sa lubid. Tired him out. And then from then, he caught him. So, I still see this as Tyson Fury.
I'm gonna go with Tyson Fury as well. I also believe that he's going to employ the same tactics that won him the first fight. Na a huge factor yun eh. Sobrang laking factor na he's gonna come in heavy, and then every time that Deontay Wilder is going to mount some sort of barrage, he's just gonna end it by clinching and leaning against the ropes. Kasi, I mean, for those who are going to watch and listen to this and don't understand what we're talking about, when you are a big guy and you lean against your opponent in the ropes during a clinch situation in boxing, dala-dala mo yung bigat ng kalaban mo. Ang bigat nun. So, if you're going to wait for the referee to break you up, so for that significant time na parang sabihin na natin 5 seconds, di ba? A good 5 to 6 seconds, that guy is leaning his weight on you. So during that entire time, it's either you're trying to push him off or you're just trying to maintain your balance. So it takes a lot of effort. So you just imagine doing 8 rounds of that. Diba? So nag-accumulate yun, nag-accumulate.
And he's gonna come in, 40 pounds heavier than...
Easy 40 pounds. So I mean, if that's part of your tactic and that's part of your fight night strategy, it's a very genius move. You're gonna tire him out. You're going to make him lose his power, diba? He's gonna play into your game. So
and mentally din, Tyson Fury is already in his head mentally. So kaya nga sa mga press ko naka-headphones si diba? Naka-headphones focus kasi he mentally destroyed him.
Yep, that's
true.
what happened. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. Okay, so before we jump to the UFC, because it's gonna be a really good discussion with my titos, we would like to thank the following people. This is the put it in the comment section. Ano namin, Rico sabi namin hanap tayo ng ibang word for the shoutout section. Kasi, di ba, ang daming gusto, sige, we're gonna give shoutouts, pero parang, is shoutouts, is it cringy, or is it overused? Kailangan natin maglagay ng pangalan doon. So ako, I'd like to thank everyone who's in the comment section right now, who's watching right now, the gyms, MMA Talk Philippines, all the boxing Facebook group, Pinoy Boxing Enthusiast, Combat Sports Philippines, BJJ Underground, our kababayans abroad, the Filipino BJJ community na Facebook group, diba? Alain
Bola
Lim,
Punch Boxing Forum.
yun.
Uy, sinasama niyo ako lahat sa mga forums, So,
syempre, sama natin yan si
kulang na lang mga chismis na i-upload ko
nandun yun. Ay, gusto nila yung mga chismis.
Kung natin makikita lahat ng chismis about boxing.
Diba? So we got, our friend, the Titos of Fighting friends, si Alain Lim, Box de La Paz, Crisanto Antonio, okay? Mark Jim Bautista. Major shout out to...
There's somebody who messages me, si DV Ram.
Ayan.
Yeah.
Ano natin yan?
Train sabi niya. Sa marami akong tututunan
he's a good analyst as well. He has really good input sa Tapos Gerald Paat. Yan. Lagi rin nag-comment yan. Yung mga,
he has a store, MMA Shoppers. You can
MMA
get MMA merch from him.
Oh, so very good na High Rollers, okay? High Rollers lifestyle.
High Rollers,
it's a lifestyle apparel for skaters. Okay, so skaters, surfers, streetwear, High Rollers.
Large
shirt. Sabi ko talaga, High Rollers. Let me check this out. I got their shirts. So sabi lang, uy, Sir Franco.
I have a hat. Hold on. I'm gonna get my hat that I bought online. That's really cool. And it's a skater hat. I'll show you guys.
Sige. Yeah! Ayan!
Anti-curfew hat!
I'm gonna rock this, dude. I got it for $150. Mahal pa yung pinagrab ko Pero siya? It's a trucker cap. So, maganda.
Okay.
Pero barangay tanner.
Barangay
tanner, dude. And then, I saw it on Facebook. I'm like, I'm gonna rock this, dude. So, I'm gonna rock this.
Melo, look at the details on the top of the cap. Look at that, di ba?
150 pesos.
Yeah.
Tapos,
Solid.
it's so funny kasi yung nag-deliver sa akin ng Grab, sabi, sir, seryoso kayo? Parang Gaetano yung sombrero na dadaling ko. Oh, seryoso. So, rock this, dude. You know what I mean? Preserve and protect.
I think they haven't seen the shirt yet. May shirt din yan eh.
May shirt ba yan?
May shirt yan.
Kasi ito maganda trucker cap kasi. See, it's a trucker cap. So it's a nice back. Nice back.
Ganda. Punta na ano yun eh. Tapos another one is I highly recommend this. I found them on Instagram. They also have a page on Facebook. The name of the page is I'm gonna put it here as well. Supreme Biotech. Supreme Biotech Solution. Yeah, Supreme Biotech Solutions. So they take care of the pest. Para silang they're a pest control company pero more
parang
on the organic
stuff. Diba ganun yun yung sikat yung Mapicon, no? Okay, Biotech.
Diba?
Very catchy nila.
Very ano sila.
Supreme Biotech, it sounds like a Russian company that gives
oh, diba?
We stop COVID.
sabi ko, mga deadly kaya, medyo Supreme eh. Di ba? Sabi ko, Supreme?
Creators of Sputnik. Di ba ganyan, di ba?
Parang umbrella company. Di ba? Para silang, di ba? The sister company of the umbrella company. So sabi ko, okay to. Sakto, may promo. Sabi ko, avail ko nga yung promo. So they take care of your pest. So yung para iwas ipis, iwas daga, di ba? Pati raw langgam kaya nila eh. Sabi ko, wild kayo, pati ba naman langgam? So, pati
X. Maniniwala ako, pati X kaya nilang tanggalin. Di ba?
Ay, naku, pag kaya na natanggalin wala advertisement. Wala advertisement na mangyayari. Di ba?
Kaya sobrang pati diba, X, hindi na magte-text.
Natanggalin, ibuburahin daw nila yung memory. Di ba, pag kinuha nyo yung serbisyo nila, lahat ng remnants ng X mo mawawala sa bahay.
Di ba? Lahat na. Foundation.
So I got there, I had my car disinfected. Really good service, really nice people. I mean, the things that you discover over the internet. So, I just appreciated their effort and I appreciated the type of service. So, ayan, I highly recommend them. So, if you need those things, tsaka ano sila eh. So, sabi ko kanina before we got amoy citronella yung auto ko eh. So they do cars, they do houses, they do buildings daw. So I'm like, don't worry, the Titos of Fighting will help you guys out.
Who else? Of course, as always, the Iron Bunny Philippines. Iron Bunny. They do MMA gear. Skateboarding gear. They're based in Cebu, pero si Gabriel D, they sponsor him too.
So he's making a comeback, I see him training. Nakita ko rin, speaking of si Janelle Lausa, is he fighting in Brave?
Yeah, he is.
He's part of the Brave roster.
While trying to bounce his boxing career din nata.
So nagbaboxing. Shout out to our good friends, Ronaldo Gabriel D and Janelle Lausa. All the best to your careers. If you guys need you want to plug your fights, I mean, let us know. We'll have you over. As in all the promotional outfits out there, especially the ones that are doing it in the province. Thank you so much for creating those events. I cover the boxing event in Pangasinan kasi nga, I mean, it's easier to host events there. And I mean, combat sports is making it happen. Diba? Dumadami yung events. Eventually, babalik na tayo dito sa Metro Manila. If you look at it from a global perspective, the United States na gaano na ang MMA programs nila, they're doing events, diba? They're doing events with crowds. Si 1FC, meron ng minimal crowd
500, 500
people.
In Singapore.
In the Gulf region, people are training. Now, speaking of the Gulf region and Russia, okay? And Russia, they are the huge proponents of the IMAF, or the International MMA Federation, and they're slowly building their global network. So they're doing it in the Gulf region, wherein, for example, si Brave, prior to the main card, puro IMAF fighters muna.
Wow.
So they're exposing the amateurs into huge events. Okay, so
big venues.
big venues, the whole shebang, as in the whole production, kasama sila.
It's something that we're trying to do here in the Philippines, and diba, through a PMAF naman.
Oo, exactly. Pasok yung ni JC dyan. Kasi when this program started, they saw the Philippines as a hotbed for mixed martial arts. Sinabi nila yan. As in, okay, we see the potential. Kasi hindi ka rin basta-basta pwede maging member ng IMAF. They have to approve you. So they set their sights on the Philippines. They saw the talent and they know that it can be improved. It will improve through time. So how do you do that? You create a local branch. So it's called the PMAF, or the Philippine MMA Federation. So all the best to the people who are part of PMAF, and let's make it happen. We are with you 100%.
I learned something new today. Alam ko lang kasi, alam ko lang PMAP, yung mga models. Member ng PMAP. I learned something new today.
Diba? May PMAF. Okay, it's a huge and I remember when Andrew Moshonov was here. You have very rich fight culture. So you have a very rich fight culture. I don't understand why you don't have a lot of world champions. Then
because the money is in.
That's a very long story.
The money is in.
It's a very long story. Then he said, "I talked to your sports officials. The PSC, POC. How come none of them are world champions?" Sabi ko, Andrew, sir, that's another long story. That's another long discussion.
Pero yung boxing daw, ilalagay na rin sa collegiate level,
I hope so.
Sana. Sabi ko mag-enroll ulit ako kahit coach or mag-enroll ako sa masteral.
Ayan na. So, even Tito Rico Robles said,
I would.
We would. Alam mo ba, we mentioned that in our previous episodes, na parang hopefully, boxing man lang. Boxing. Ilagay mo sa college level.
May proposals na, pagkakaalam ko. High school and college.
Safely, man.
Saya nun.
Saya nun. I mean,
fighting out, yun yung one big fight talaga. Di ba?
Just imagine. Just imagine. Di ba? Gawa tayo ng sariling card, Ateneo Lasal. Mapupuno mo pa rin si Araneta.
Wild yun!
Wild yun. Di ba? Boksingero ng Ateneo, boksingero ng Lasal.
Pastor Shalan yun. Pastor Shalan, di ba?
Ewan ko na lang.
Kagandahan ng suot yun.
Todo ng protein shake na po. Todo supplements lahat ng mga tao doon. May budget. Diba?
It's going to be, diba? It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So let's start with boxing, then eventually MMA. Diba? Kasi lahat naman, diba? Diba? If you can post shit online, diba? Let's back it up, diba? Back it up, diba? Let's create, diba? Join the fight card, diba? Join the fight card.
Diba? That'd be fun. I would enroll back to school. Alam
mo, pwede yan. Diba? Coaching staff or head coach, staff, trainer, diba? Development program. Makikita mo si Rico, may hawak na whistle, diba?
Inom na kayo ng Milo. Milo muna, guys.
Speaking of a great fight card, UFC 266. Amazing. Rico, how was it seeing Robbie Lawler, Nick Diaz go at it again?
It starts first, of course, with the UFC Hall of Fame weekend, which was really great. Weigh-in pa lang, and then of course John Jones. It started from there. The controversy was so big. Alam mo yan. Pero tingin ko he mentioned something after his Hall of Fame speech that he wants to promote it legally. So get into a couple. So I have a feeling Dana White is also with it. Na nangyayari sa kanya to. Kasi namamarket niya yung sarili niya eh. Because he's gonna go to heavyweight and nobody wants to watch heavyweight. So ngayon, it's a marketing move. Pero I'm getting messages from people from Vegas telling me to pray for John Jones. So I'm guessing there's something more serious that they haven't. Every time pala he's in Vegas, ganun nangyayari. That's how hindi Dana White. I couldn't even get him there for 12 hours. Pero it's when you see the speech, he was thanking his wife was his fiance was there. They were great. So I'm guessing siguro nalasing siya, may bumastos siguro sa wife niya. Probably trash their car. Kasi tinignan ko, walang info sa domestic battery.
Wala pa rin
bro.
So kung domestic battery, baka sinaktan niya asawa niya. Diba? Walang info on anything And then...
Wala, there are no details. Kasi nga, diba, the first time he got arrested or the most recent one where he got on probation, may details kagad diba? There was coke on the car. The girl that he hit was pregnant. Ang bilis Ito parang wala
when he's
out of sorts.
I saw a TikTok then that he was drunk and he got arrested somewhere in New Mexico. He's a different person when he's drunk. You know, he's a bit weird. You know what I mean? Like sabi nga ni Dana White, I mean his demons were being watered.
Yeah, his demons are resurfacing every time he's drunk.
And it could be an issue. It could be when you look at it in the early childhood development of John Jones. It could be because he's a kid of a pastor. So, nasa loob yung kulo. I'm not saying lahat ng kid ng pastor, pero diba, mostly when you're brought up in such a nice household and then your brothers, football stars pa pareho, rock stars. Ganun sila They're surrounded by that.
They're paid better than him pa.
Yeah, so it could be it. That could be it. Could be the demons, man. So
yeah, tsaka the way that ako it's also the fame, it's the attention. You are in this world wherein
you're rock
you can't
star,
perform at that level if you're not a wild man.
Yeah, he's a rock star.
When fighters when fighters do stupid things, hindi na ako surprise talaga.
Para
Kasi growing up in this industry, parang iniisip mo na lang, what do you expect, di ba? These are high-level motherfuckers, so they're gonna fuck up.
You're training 24/7. You're getting punched in the face. Something's got to give. You know what I mean?
Something's got to give. Something's got to give talaga.
Well,
diba?
it was a good primer to Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler. Diba?
Exactly, diba? Kasi something's got to give. And, Robbie Lawler, Nick Diaz, after years of since their first encounter,
ano pa lang when they said that they were gonna change divisions a few days before the fight, parang sabi ko, there's something wrong here. And nung nakita ko yung videos, I think it looked like it had something to do with Nick. And yun nga, come fight night, he was not there. He tried to fight. I mean, he tried to finish the fight and all, pero halata mong yung tagal niya ng inactive. Parang hindi niya masyado na-miss yung fighting. He loves selling their products. Nila ni Nick.
all that weed, all that
all that weed business is better than fighting.
Ikaw, Rico, like from your perspective, was he in it at all? Or
I was other than of course the video that he was shadow boxing that they showed. And Joe Schilling on this corner. Tignan ko rin yung video si Joe Lahat ng videos yan, ignan ko ano yung attitude Yun mo yung, he wasn't happy to be there. He wasn't happy to fight. He didn't want to fight. Unless it was Usman. From what I see with Diaz, he will only get in shape and will go to training camp kung may belt. Kung walang belt, walang point. For him, it's like there's no more point. I've been doing this through many years. He got burnt out. So I don't even think he trained for the fight. And he has a new boxing coach, by the way. Nag-iba yung boxing coach niya. Hindi na si hindi na si Perilla.
Not the Stockton old guy.
Yeah, he's not there no more. So, what's the guy's name? Is it Perez? Richard Perez, is it? Yeah, that was yung merong makeshift pad siya na may naka-tape pa. He's not there no more. So, I have a feeling he didn't really do cardio for this. These guys are cardio freaks, man. I see him jogging on videos, pero yung kasi before sila magkapatid will join triathlons, in the middle, in between fights. So you could see them. They have cardio forever. Pero pansin ko yung fight, he was out of shape. When he got hit in the body, oh man, you should see it. When Lawler threw a kick to the body, then an uppercut to the liver, bumibigay na kumulot na. Shit, it's gonna be done. And then he got clipped na sa ilong. Yung mga old scars niya, I'm gonna leak here, kaya huminto na siya. He doesn't want to make a mess out of the mat, he said. So, but may respect din si Lawler, pero sabi nga ni Lawler sa kanya, I hope you're getting your life together. Yung kinausap niya on the side, na parang if you want to fight again, maganda na yung opportunity, di ba now? I mean, he's still a big draw. It gave structure to the card. It gave us excitement. You know what I mean? So it's still a big draw. He still has a name. Pero if he could fight again, kung may part 3 nito, sana naman may sintron. Kahit yung BMF belt. Di ba? Mga ganun, di ba?
Create a belt. Di ba?
Para
Create a belt.
May point, di ba? So
I totally agree. Totally agree with both JC and Rico here. When they announced it, I was happy because it was redemption time for Nick Diaz. Like, he was suspended for like more than 5 years over weed, and then now weed is legal. So it's for the UFC to reactivate him once again. I was so happy to know that and to see that. However, seeing his demeanor, the way he talked, the way he addressed media, the way his whole demeanor nga, diba? He just wasn't there. He was absent. Probably maganda yung suggestion ni Rico na you want to make Nick Diaz fight and you want to see the real Nick Diaz fight and promote a fight. Kasi that's true. The Diaz brothers may be losing, but they're still a draw. Diba? They're still putting asses to seats. And they're still generating pay-per-view. I think a huge reason why UFC 266 sold the way it did is because it was the return of Nick Diaz. Diba? Nobody really expected much from him because because of the layoff, but it was still Nick Diaz inside that cage. Tito Dana White, Dana, if you're listening, I know you are, diba? The whole UFC team, create an interim belt, diba? Create an interim belt at 170 or 185.
Call a 420 belt.
Oh, diba? Diba? Or make
420 belt.
Yung belt mo, weed yung yung paligid, diba? Create a belt, diba? Make him fight for the interim 170 belt. Sigurado ko kahit paano mag-e-effort yan.
Kasi like even on BMF belt, yung BMF belt, tingnan mo. Wala.
That's on Jorge, diba? Jorge. So parang posterity. Yeah, posterity. Diba? Parang I don't know if he is going to defend it.
Oh, that'd be cool if he defends it against,
feeling ko dapat i-defend yan kay Nick. Oh nga no. Okay na. BMF belt on the line.
Jorge
Masvidal versus Nick Diaz.
Storyline.
Bebenta yan. Diba? And Jorge Masvidal din naman lost to Kamaru. So
there's no other way. Or else he'll fight Logan Paul or Jake Paul.
Let's make this happen. And totoo rin naman, there are better opportunities now in the fight game. So, other than that, I mean, the only other, of course, I expected Valentina Shevchenko to win.
That was outclass, man. That was outclass.
It was hard to watch.
By Lauren Murphy. Pero, ewan ko sa flyweight division kasi,
did Valentina ever fight Joanna?
Joanna yun, J-check? Different sila different
Wait,
weight classes.
they were to go on a catch weight. Did they ever fight?
No.
Hindi pa. Kasi lighter.
Joanna's like lighter. I think Joanna's lighter.
You know with Joanna, ever since she got her breast implants, she changed.
Yeah.
She declined. She declined so much. Hindi na yung laro niya.
With the exception of the Wang Zheli fight, yun talaga naghimatoma siya sobrang laki.
Yeah.
Feeling ko rin, it was the wear and tear of the wars that
she's gone. No, but for me, ang read ko dun yung nagpa-implant siya.
Feeling ko malaking factor din yun. Alam mo yun? Oo siya. I mean, inamin niya ba?
I guess because of that, she feels heavier.
Can't quite cardio. I don't know.
Diba? Medyo sabi ko, hey. I mean, good for her. She feels confident and pero it's gonna affect her performance. But other than that, kasi flyweight division, wala. Parang si Amanda Nunes to na parang anybody you line up in front of her, wala pang, there's
get destroyed.
Wala pa.
Valentina got schooled by Amanda Nunes, di ba?
Oo.
Twice.
Pero it was at 135, I think.
She went up.
So Valentina went 135, got lost via unanimous decision to Amanda, and then she dropped down to 125. Feeling ko naman, if Valentina really wants to challenge Amanda Nunes, parang why not climb up 135 for a title shot, diba?
Yeah.
Parang galing niya maglaro kasi alam niya na boxing yung laro ng babaeng isa. Sa first punch pa lang ng babae, kinounter niya na ng overhand right. Na parang, so para sinut down niya na mentally. that if you throw something, I'll throw something harder.
Yep.
So the whole time, the girl she couldn't get her she couldn't let go of her hands because she was scared.
She broke her momentum. She broke her rhythm.
Lahat.
One thing that's very notable in the style of Valentina Shevchenko is her ability to break your patterns, to break your rhythm. She won't allow you to set up. Yun yung maganda nakikita ko. It's either she breaks your initial setup or she breaks it midway. So for example, jab straight hook, okay? Jab straight hook. Sa papasok pa lang yung straight mo, babato na siya. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter kung tatama or hindi. Babato niya yon. Para lang ma-disrupt ka. Parang okay.
Para yung mentally, no? It's like, I'm not gonna throw this then. It's just, Tsaka ang galing what I've noticed with this UFC is that Daniel Cormier was on point with commentating. Tapos meron silang inad na referee na coach na on the side meron silang isang neutral coach na nagsasalita.
Parang courtside reporter, parang gano'n.
Parang gano'n. Yung coach na yun, it's not from any corner. It's just sinasabi niya nga, and sinasabi nga nila yung kalaban nga ni Valentina. Sobrang mali daw yung pagko-coach kasi sinasabi ng coach ni Valentina, nung kalaban, Lauren? Is it Lauren? Is that her name?
Lauren Murphy.
Lauren Murphy's coach was saying, you're doing a great job. Move towards the right. Move towards the left. Eh, dun nga siya tinatamaan eh. You had a great transition in your jiu-jitsu. Ganun. So ngayon, for her, parang false
confidence yun.
False confidence. Yung sinasabi ni Daniel Cormier, this is what you should not do, is to give false confidence. Kasi the person's not recognizing it.
That's
so ganun na nangyari dun sa fight na yun.
May ganun pa palang coaches. Puta ako, never ako nag-coach ng ganun eh. I'll be like,
you can do it.
Diba? So many expletives during my coaching time. So
I even had a coach that
for a lot of
Bible quotes. I was like, we're fighting, dude. What's in the Bible? We're fighting.
Oh no! It's an Instagram post. It's an Instagram post. Diba? So, I mean, there has yet to be a challenge to Valentina's throne. Other than that, damn, the main event, Alexander Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega. JC, we were talking about this.
Yep.
We were mesmerized. Let me know.
Grabe yung laban na yun. It was great. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Alex Volkanovski because I'm a Max Holloway fan. Remember their fights? Mas gusto ko ng mga laban nila. Si Max yung nananalo. Kaya lang...
Nanalo si Max na isang laban dun. Nanalo si Max. Naluto siya.
Yun nga eh. And well, kanina, Volkanovski impressed. Grabe yung... He escaped 3 submissions yata, di ba? Parang sobrang tight na. Pero grabe yung improvement din sa ground game ni Volkanovski kanina. I mean, for a guy like Brian Ortega na guided by the Gracies na to, parang mahirap basta-basta yun ang jiu-jitsu nito. Pero considering, magka-teammates nga pala si Volkanovski and si Shevchenko. They both train at Tiger Muay Thai.
Uy, galing nung si Valentina nung huli. Thank you na siya. She spoke in like 3 languages.
Oh yeah.
And she spoke in Espanol. And then she spoke in Thai, and she thanked Tiger Muay Thai. I was like, wow, holy shit, ang galing. As in...
Kaya ako talaga naniniwala ako Russian spy si Shevchenko.
Yeah.
So
by way of Kyrgyzstan.
Gusto ko DM eh. Gusto ko DM, hi, my name is Rico.
Diba? Tsaka chick si Valentina eh. So,
huwag lang sumayaw. Pag sumasayaw, medyo...
gusto niya gawin yun eh. Pero ako, hindi ko gusto yung pag ginagawa.
Pero what if si Rose would climb up in weight class? Too small, no? Too small for her.
I think she's
Rose
too small.
Rose Namajunas is in Joanna's weight class.
Yeah. What if she climbs up?
Rose can probably do it.
Maybe the girl from China could actually take on Valentina.
Wang Zheli ba yun? Tama ba Wang Zheli? Yeah.
That girl could come up.
Kasi
si Zhang Weili.
That's a good match.
Zhang Weili, Rose Namajunas. Yan, pwede. Dalawang yan. Kasi
that's a good match.
Kasi they sometimes get depleted when they have to cut down to 115 So climbing up to 125 is going to be a good addition to the division.
That would be a good match, no? That would be a good
And it's going to be a good match. Sakto si 125, wala. cleaned out na eh. Valentina
Yun nga
Shevchenko
eh.
cleaned out that
Yeah.
division. So I think it's a good choice for some 115-pounders to climb up and challenge her for the throne. It's going to make things interesting and it's going to motivate the division. It's going to sell the division.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Brian Ortega and Volky fight, improvements naman talaga based on what JC said is the addition of Craig Jones. Craig Jones is a multiple-time world champion in jiu-jitsu. He's an ADCC champion. When you say the ADCC,
Craig
it's
Jones
the Olympics of
secret,
grappling. So, I mean, the way that he improved in terms of defense, okay? It's so hard to train defense in jiu-jitsu, okay? So what really impressed me was two submissions, the mounted guillotine, that's really hard to get out. And then the triangle choke. Triangle choke naman kasi is yung bread and butter ni Brian Ortega. For him to get away or for him to escape. So number one, he had to endure the pressure. So he had to stay calm. He had to compose. These are the times wherein you see people talk to themselves. This is where they dig deep. The most convenient thing to do is to tap and say, I'm done. Pero for Alexander Volkanovski, it was not an option. As in, the way I saw the structure, the way I saw Brian squeezing, he was giving it his all. So ano yun, nag-uubusan siya, inubos niya yung braso niya doon. Inubos niya talaga yun. He really thought he had it. I thought he had it. And wala, talagang resilient lang talaga si Volkanovski. He just weathered the storm. The same thing with the triangle. What impressed me with Brian Ortega naman is his ability to improve after each fight. Kasi the way we saw,
sa kanya, no?
yeah, so after we saw the Korean zombie fight, much improved striking. Volkanovski was, I mean, this is not what people will see, pero his game plan was on point. He was the smarter fighter in this one.
Ano yun
Every time, calf kicks, and then the counter shots.
Yung factor na nakita ko dun sa first exchange pa lang really changed the fight. Yung headbutt. Nung na-headbutt si Ortega sa ilong, nag-flatten yung dito niya. Hindi na siya nakahinga the whole time. From round 1 up to the later rounds, he was breathing through his nose.
Mouth.
And I think, his mouth, I meant. And I think he also, something happened to his orbital. Kasi lagi siya tinatanong ng doctor, can you see? I'm fine. How many you see? Isa lang yung finger, sabi niya 2. Sabi niya.
So,
kaya nagtataka ka bakit nakakalusot yung mga ganun. Main event.
Kailangan pa lusutin eh. Pero for Ortega to fight like that, it was, if Nick Diaz was missing on the fight, that was the old Nick Diaz that we saw.
Yes.
Yung spirit niya came back to life. Kasi medyo namalungkot yung tao, pinanood mo yun, nag-quit or, di ba, na-stop. Now, this one is not quitting. So that's the excitement that I got to see on that one. Pero galing nga ni Volkanovski, no? Galing. Mentally, when it comes to getting choked like that, he got out of it twice. Holy shit. It's my first time to see him. I saw the Holloway one on the replay. Which I had Holloway winning that. Pero this one, I would want. Did Ortega? Yeah, Ortega did fight Holloway.
Yeah,
he got
lost.
Destroyed. Yeah, he got destroyed.
Yeah, diba? You see the evolution,
department.
you see the improvements in Brian Ortega with each fight.
Yeah, he improved.
It's just that these are he's gone through so many wars.
But
I don't
for
know
him
how
to
much left is there.
To keep the foot on the pedal until the
fifth round.
Kala ko nga, nung 4th round, tapos na eh. Sabi ko, shit, tapos na to. And then I posted pa nga, whoever wins this, I'm a fan of this guy. Because he's really just balls out. Let's go, dude. You know what I mean?
One thing that we cannot and we will not question is the heart of both fighters, their determination to win. This was a good cap off for the entire UFC 266 fight. You get to watch it again and you get to appreciate the level of MMA, the way it has evolved through the years. And ang ganda rin naman, di ba? It came from ang tawag ito, Hall of Fame night. And then we saw a lot of the OGs in the venue, di ba? Liddell was there, GSP was there, Hoist was there, Coleman was there, Bill Cosby was there. So other than that, we will close the show. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Rico, thank you so much for having us. Thank you for coming over. Thank you. We appreciate you every time that you're here. Please, where can people find you? Any shows that you are I mean, what's cooking? What's cooking?
And then the online stuff, pinag-aaralan ko pa kung paano yung latag because, the technical wise, I'm still learning. We're not as good as Franco and JC, but, you could just catch it all. But basta post na lang ako at Rico Robles Live. You just catch it all there. So if you could watch porn, you could watch Rico Robles Live.
Oh, definitely. Watchworthy. JC, Rico Robles, JC Reyes, both on TikTok. I am on TikTok as well. We post a lot of our commentary. You want to learn boxing? You want to learn how to shadow box properly? Okay, you want to learn how to shadow box properly? Okay, Rico Robles on TikTok. Diba? Fight analysis and podcasting. That's me and JC. Carl Dimesa. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys.
Next week for another episode of Combat Sports Weekly. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Coach Franco says would like to thank the following sponsors for making this episode possible.
Beware the robot face. I am Knots and Crosses. Place your orders on their Facebook or Instagram pages. Just good vibes in the local jiu-jitsu scene. Check out my Ikiro Collective family at ikiro.ph. Simply Better Dentistry. Visit the Santos Dental Group and Oral Surgery Center. Book an appointment on their social media pages.